Prehistoric creatures are generally believed to be extinct, but some people think otherwise. While it might sound far-fetched, there are those who claim to have seen evidence suggesting these prehistoric animals might still exist. Let's take a closer look at some of the most intriguing evidence for prehistoric creatures that might be alive today. Number 15. Lamprey, 360 million years old. Lamprey is a type of parasitic fish that has survived evolutionary extinctions. It mainly exists in the Atlantic Ocean, and most people will be quite pleased about that. They really are quite horrifying to look at. They have no jaws but instead have a mouth that looks like a suction cup. Their tongues are razor-sharp, and their mouths are full of horn-shaped teeth. But it's not the teeth you should be worried about, it's the tongue. It can latch on to any other fish, scrape away its scales, then devour its flesh, blood, and whatever other nutrients it can get. They essentially use their mouths like vacuums to get their dinner. To the general population, the lamprey is just another fish among several thousand species, but scientists believe it's quite unique. It's one of few animals that can regenerate parts of its body, including its spinal cord. Even if its spinal cord is completely severed, it can regenerate from paralysis to full mobility in about 3 months. This ability could hold the key to nerve damage injuries and how to heal them in humans. Alongside finding out how their body works, scientists were equally intrigued to discover that it hasn't evolved all that much. Records show it has gotten slightly longer, but it's still in the same form today as it was 360 million years ago. Number 14. Modern-day kraken, colossal squid. Sailors often spoke about a monster at sea that was capable of devouring men and a lot of other big stuff too. While the monster became a legend known as the kraken, modern-day researchers believe it's likely what those sailors had seen was the colossal squid. The colossal squid can grow to as long as a minibus, up to 46 feet, and has eyes measuring around 15 inches in diameter. It's definitely not a sea creature you'll want to see in a dark, watery alley. Legends say that entire ships were dragged beneath the waves by its writhing arms, and even today, the colossal squid remains shrouded in mystery. Few have ever seen one alive. Most encounters are with dead or dying specimens hauled up by fishing trawlers. Its flesh is so dense and rubbery that even sperm whales, its main predator, bear scars from fierce underwater battles. Scientists are still unsure how the colossal squid hunts, but some believe it uses bioluminescence to lure prey into its grasp. Its beak, larger than that of any other squid, can slice through bone and tough flesh with ease. The deep-sea world it inhabits is so cold and dark that the squid's metabolism is incredibly slow, allowing it to survive on infrequent meals. They weigh around 1,650 pounds and, while they look similar to a giant squid in many ways, their tentacles and arms differ significantly. Instead of suckers and small teeth, they have swiveling and three-pointed hooks, which are sharp. The colossal squid is thought to be as big as it is due to abyssal gigantism. This phenomenon affects creatures who live deep in the ocean, which makes the same species who don't live as deep in the sea far smaller. It currently exists within thousands of miles of southern South Africa, the southern tip of New Zealand, southern South America, and north of Antarctica. Pencil those locations in your diary as where not to visit for a creepy prehistoric creature encounter. Number 13. Imperial scorpion, 400 million years old. While not quite as prehistoric as the nautilus, the imperial scorpion is still quite an impressive creature that's still alive today. It goes by the name of emperor scorpion and is the largest and oldest in the world. Oddly enough, it hasn't evolved or changed much since it came into existence. The imperial scorpion is native to West Africa but is prevalent in many different places around the world. You'll mostly spot them in tropical forests and open savannas, close to termite mounds, in litter and debris, in burrows and under rocks. Ancient scorpions were once as large as house cats, scuttling through primeval swamps and leaving fossilized tracks that still puzzle scientists. Today's emperor scorpion is a bit more modest in size, but it still commands respect with its armored body and menacing pincers. Some cultures even revere the scorpion as a symbol of protection and power, weaving its image into art and folklore. In the wild, these scorpions are surprisingly social, sometimes sharing burrows with dozens of others. Their courtship rituals are almost like a dance, with the male and female locking pincers and moving in a rhythmic pattern under the moonlight. Despite their fearsome appearance, they are often shy and prefer to avoid confrontation unless threatened. They weigh around 1 ounce, grow to up to 7.9 inches long, and glow fluorescent under UV light. Their natural blue and green coloring make them easy to spot and avoid by humans. The way they detect prey is pretty neat. They have sensory hairs on their tail and pincers and use these to detect vibrations on the ground and in the air. While the imperial scorpion might be quite terrifying to look at, they are a scientific marvel, and we're quite pleased that they are a prehistoric creature that's still alive today. Their venom may have properties that can protect humans from bacteria and malaria. That said, their sting is still pretty painful, and they use it for hunting at night along with their pincers. Number 12. Pygmy right whale, 23 million years old. The pygmy right whale, thought to be around 23 million years old, might be alive today or it might not. It's that elusive, hidden, and rare that it could entirely die out and no one would be any the wiser. Who's to say it hasn't already? Thought to be one of the rarest whale species in existence, the pygmy right whale has only been spotted a few dozen times. There are a few fossils, few live specimens, and therefore not a lot of information about them. Some sailors have claimed to see a mysterious, shadowy shape gliding just beneath the waves, only to have it vanish before they could get a closer look. The few photographs that exist are grainy and almost mythical, adding to the whale's reputation as the ocean's ghost. Marine biologists have spent years scanning the southern seas, hoping for a glimpse, but the pygmy right whale remains a master of hide and seek. Its gentle, slow movements and preference for remote waters make it nearly impossible to track. Occasionally, a stranded individual washes ashore, sparking a flurry of scientific excitement and speculation. Even its call is a mystery. No one has ever recorded the sound it makes, if it makes one at all. Scientists aren't overly sure what they eat, how they reproduce, or how they act. With the little information they do have, they've been able to ascertain that this whale is one of the smallest at around 21 feet long and approximately 7,700 pounds, and they live in the cold waters of the southern hemisphere. They also have an arched snout, which is unlike most other whale breeds. The last fossils to be found of the pygmy right whale were in Italy and Japan. From those fossils, scientists ascertained that this whale might originate from the baleen family up to 25 million years ago. Not a great deal of information is available on their diets, but the size of their lungs and heart suggests they don't dive deep for food. Scientists assume their diet consists of euphausiids and copepods and the odd snack of krill from time to time. Number 11. Nautilus, 500 million years old. At 500 million years old, the nautilus, a type of shellfish, is older than dinosaurs by 265 million years. It's found in the Great Barrier Reef, Andaman, Fiji, and tropical waters at depths of 2,200 feet, and is considered a living fossil. Nautiluses have chambered shells, 100 tentacles, and a muscular hood, which helps it fight predators. Even in 500 million years of its existence, the nautilus has changed very little. Some divers describe seeing a nautilus in the wild as spotting a ghost from another era, its shell gleaming like a lost treasure in the deep blue. The spiral of its shell is a perfect example of the golden ratio, inspiring artists and mathematicians alike. Nautiluses are also masters of stealth, able to retract completely into their shells and seal themselves off with their hood if danger approaches. Their eyes, lacking lenses, are more like pinhole cameras, yet they navigate the dark ocean depths with surprising skill. Ancient mariners once believed nautilus shells were magical, using them as drinking cups or symbols of good luck. Despite their delicate appearance, nautiluses have survived countless oceanic changes, from mass extinctions to shifting continents. It grows to around 10 inches in diameter and has a white to orange shell with brown stripes. How this unique and ancient shellfish moves is incredible. Each of its chambers is filled with water and gas. By changing the gas content, it can change its buoyancy. It then injects the water out through a siphon which offers jet propulsion movement. It can move up, down, forward, and back. This incredible critter has a parrot-like beak that it uses to slice its food, and its radula, another organ, grinds its food up before it swallows it. It dines on crab, fish, and shrimp, be it dead or alive. For the most part, the nautilus will hang around on the seafloor but will typically launch upwards as the sun sets in search of food. While not everyone will get the opportunity to see this shellfish in person, it's exciting to know that it's been around for hundreds of millions of years. Now it's time for today's topic. It's official, scientists have confirmed the existence of a creature resembling the prehistoric megalodon, and the discovery has sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The revelation comes after months of investigation, following the recording of a mysterious underwater sound in the Pacific Ocean. The sound, described as a low-frequency rumble unlike anything produced by known marine life, sparked a high-stakes expedition to uncover its source. Using an advanced underwater drone equipped with high-definition cameras, researchers ventured into the depths of an uncharted trench. What they captured is nothing short of terrifying, a massive shark-like creature, estimated to be over 60 feet long, with jagged teeth and a scarred, ancient appearance. The footage shows the creature swimming slowly past the drone, its sheer size dwarfing anything else in the surrounding waters. Scientists have issued a chilling warning. This discovery could have significant implications for ocean ecosystems and human activity in the region. The creature's size and behavior suggest it is a top predator, capable of dominating its environment. While some experts speculate it could be a surviving megalodon, others are urging caution, stating that more research is needed. For now, the discovery raises more questions than answers, leaving the world in awe and fear of what still lurks in the ocean's depths. Number 10. Turtle, 250 million years old. Turtles might not be the quickest off the mark, but they're one of a few prehistoric creatures that have managed to hold their own when many others succumb to evolutionary hardships. Turtles have been on this earth for 250 million years, and while they've evolved in their looks and behavior, they're still as hardy and as slow as they have always been. Turtles of several million years ago used to be about 10 feet long and weigh around 2 tons. They didn't always have a shell either. Imagine a world where a turtle the size of a small car lumbered through ancient swamps, its leathery skin glistening in the sun. Some ancient turtles were so massive that early humans might have mistaken them for moving boulders. Fossils reveal that some species had spiked tails and armored heads, making them look more like tanks than the gentle creatures we know today. There are even legends in some cultures of giant turtles carrying islands on their backs, a testament to their awe-inspiring presence. Over time, their shells became not just protection but a symbol of patience and resilience in folklore. Even today, turtles are celebrated in myths as wise, ancient beings who have witnessed the rise and fall of countless species. Researchers believe that turtles have survived a mass extinction because of their aquatic lifestyle and slow metabolism. Being in the water protected them from whatever killed the dinosaurs, and they could survive on few resources. They also picked up survival skills along the way. They grew shells to protect them from predators, which is sure to have helped them last the distance. Turtles used to have teeth and eat meat and were even known to eat crocodiles. Turtles today are a bit more health conscious and live on plants and fruits. Turtles might be smaller and a bit daintier than they used to be, but there's no denying they're more robust than dinosaurs. After all, who's here today? Not the dinosaur. Number 9. Purple frog, 130 million years old. If you mistook the purple frog for a blob, then you'd be forgiven, for it looks more blob than frog. Could that be why it's one of the few prehistoric creatures to have survived mass extinction? The purple frog has been around for 130 million years, and you can only find it in southern Indian mountain ranges. It's of an earthly purple hue and has darker and lighter brown bits on its feet and stomach, and it lives underground, at least most of the time. In fact, it spends so much of its life burrowed beneath the soil that locals rarely catch a glimpse of it, except during the monsoon when it emerges to breed. Some say its skin feels cool and rubbery, almost like a forgotten toy left in the mud. Scientists were baffled for years, thinking the species was extinct until its rediscovery in 2003. Its secretive lifestyle has made it a legend among herpetologists, who trek through rain-soaked forests just for a chance to hear its odd clucking call. The purple frog's ancestors once shared the earth with dinosaurs, and its DNA holds clues to ancient evolutionary paths. Even its tadpoles are unusual, clinging to rocks in fast-flowing streams with sucker-like mouths. The purple frog also looks more like a mole than a frog, almost like it's going through an identity crisis. It has a pointed nose and a rounded body that seems a little disproportionate. It's also fatter than other frogs and weighs about as much as a baseball. The purple frog couldn't get any more unfrog-like if it tried. It lives on termites and ants and sucks them up as if it were a mole or anteater. It also doesn't croak like a frog but rather clucks like a chicken. We think the purple frog's a little uncertain about its identity. Number 8. Goblin shark, 125 million years old. You've got to admit, not all animals in the wild are as cute and cuddly as kitties and puppies. Prehistoric creatures like dinosaurs were not a 10 on the attractiveness scale, and goblin sharks certainly weren't either. Goblin sharks are a prehistoric creature that's been around for 125 million years, and still is. They grow to about 13 feet long and live in the dark depths of the ocean, as deep as 4,300 feet. It's probably a good thing they do too, for they're quite a scary-looking form of marine life. When hunting, the goblin shark can shoot its jaw forward at lightning speed, snatching up prey with a sudden, almost alien movement. Its teeth are long, thin, and needle-like, perfect for grabbing slippery fish and squid in the darkness. The goblin shark's body is soft and flabby, which helps it conserve energy in the cold, deep waters where food can be scarce. Some scientists call it a living fossil, because it has changed so little over millions of years, offering a glimpse into the distant past of shark evolution. Occasionally, goblin sharks are caught by deep-sea fishing trawlers, but most people will never see one outside of a museum or documentary. Their blood vessels show through their skin to give them a pink or red pallor, and they have an odd-shaped jaw that allows them to sweep their prey up in the most unusual fashion. They can also blend into their surroundings, so you never see them coming for you. The goblin shark snout is relatively unique as well. It's what's known as a rostrum, which looks like a blade and functions as a prey detector. Its tiny receptors pick up electrical fields, which enable it to sweep over the seabed and scoop up a snack or two. So far, it hasn't been possible to keep the goblin shark in captivity, and its preferred living quarters are quite far down, so sightings of this prehistoric shark are rare. Number 7. Frilled shark, 80 million years old. Let's take a vote. All those in favor of the frilled shark being a prehistoric creature that isn't alive today, say aye. There are no two ways about it. This 80-million-year-old cousin of the great white and hammerhead shark is a monster. It has 6 gills, 300 sharp teeth, and a hissing jaw. It's more like an eel than a shark and hasn't evolved all that much in 80 million years. The frilled shark's mouth can open extremely wide, allowing it to gulp down prey almost half its own size. Its body is covered in a dark, velvety skin that helps it blend into the deep-sea shadows, making it nearly invisible to unsuspecting fish. Scientists believe it hunts by coiling its body and striking like a snake, a hunting style rarely seen in other sharks. The frilled shark's teeth are shaped like tiny tridents, perfect for snagging slippery squid and fish in the pitch-black depths. Some researchers think the frilled shark inspired old sea monster legends, given its bizarre appearance and elusive nature. Despite its fearsome look, it poses little threat to humans, as encounters are extremely rare. Their small, sharp teeth make it challenging for prey to escape once they are in its grasp, and they can bend their entire body while lunging forward like a snake. Let's be thankful the frilled shark prefers to hang out at depths of between 3,900 and 5,150 feet. Any closer to the surface and we'd be a little worried. They swallow their prey whole, have 25 rows of teeth, and even have spines known as dermal denticles in their mouths. They also grow to average lengths of 4.9 feet, but females are often shorter. The female also has one of the longest gestation periods, 42 months, which is sure to make most human females feel a bit better about their 9-month pregnancy. Fortunately for those who are a little squeamish, the frilled shark is rarely found alive by those who spot them. Number 6. Giant Chinese salamander, 170 million years old. The giant Chinese salamander is one of only 2 giant salamander species still in existence, and this fellow has been around for 170 million years. While its critically endangered status means it may not be around for much longer, it's still exciting to know that such a large amphibian is still battling on. The giant Chinese salamander can reach lengths of up to 5.9 feet and weighs up to 110 pounds. Their skin is covered in folds and wrinkles, which increase the surface area for absorbing oxygen from the water. At night, these salamanders become more active, gliding silently along riverbeds in search of prey. They make a series of barking, whining, and hissing sounds, earning them the nickname baby fish in local folklore. Some individuals have been known to live for over 50 years in captivity, making them one of the longest-lived amphibians. Their eyesight is poor, so they rely heavily on touch and smell to navigate their murky habitats. Sadly, habitat destruction and illegal hunting for their meat and supposed medicinal properties have pushed them to the brink of extinction. They live on fish, crabs, worms, insects, smaller versions of themselves, and shrimp. It's fair to say they'd rack up quite a bill at any seafood restaurant. Unlike fish, giant Chinese salamanders don't have gills. Even though they live underwater, they somehow absorb oxygen through their skin. During breeding season, the female can lay up to 500 eggs, and the male looks after them while they hatch. It's unknown how much longer this amphibian can hold out without intervention, but we're all rooting for its survival. Number 5. Giant ground sloth Megatherium. The giant ground sloth, also known as Megatherium, is a distant relative of the modern-day sloth that may or may not exist today. Experts believe it became extinct around 4,000 years ago, but native people in South America swear it still exists. The Megatherium was the size of an elephant and, fully grown, weighed around 4 tons. It lived across the South American continent up to Colombia and was one of the largest land mammals of its time. While it would have walked on 4 legs for most of its life, it stood up to 13 feet tall whenever it reached for food. Its massive claws, each as long as a human forearm, were used to pull down branches and strip leaves from trees. Fossilized footprints show that Megatherium sometimes traveled in groups, suggesting a surprising level of social behavior for such a giant. Its thick, shaggy fur helped it survive the cold climates of the Ice Age, and its slow metabolism meant it could go for long periods without food. Some legends even claim that the Megatherium could defend itself against saber-toothed cats and other predators with powerful swipes of its arms. The discovery of preserved dung has given scientists clues about its diet, revealing a preference for tough, fibrous plants. These giant sloths lived during the Ice Age and evolved into those you see today. They lived along rivers and lakes and also preferred forests. Many people believe that by the end of the Ice Age, around 11,700 years ago, they became extinct. That's not to say that they don't still exist. Rainforest natives believe they have seen them deep in the jungle, and others say a giant creature with matted fur fitting the description of a giant sloth has been seen in South America. We may never know for sure, but we think this prehistoric creature is pretty cool all the same. Number 4. Elephant shark, 420 million years old. The elephant shark is a vertebrate related to sharks and rays that has been around for 420 million years. According to Nature, a scientific journal, it's the slowest evolving vertebrate in the world and can be found off the coast of Australia and New Zealand. Elephant sharks have snouts that help them hunt for shellfish in the sand. Their snouts are also covered with sensors that enable them to pick up electrical currents and sounds. Despite their name, elephant sharks are not true sharks but belong to a group called chimeras, sometimes known as ghost sharks. Their skeletons are made entirely of cartilage, making them both lightweight and flexible in the water. The silvery blue sheen of their skin gives them an almost otherworldly appearance as they glide along the ocean floor. Unlike many other fish, elephant sharks lay eggs encased in leathery pouches, which are sometimes found washed up on beaches. They are mostly nocturnal, spending daylight hours hidden among rocks and venturing out at night to feed. Because of their slow rate of evolution, scientists often study elephant sharks to learn more about the early development of vertebrates. Most fish glide effortlessly through the water, but not the elephant shark. It has large appendages that look like wings to launch itself through the water, not all that dissimilar from a manta ray. The elephant shark may be prehistoric, which means it's had plenty of opportunities to evolve, but it hasn't. It looks very much the same as it did 420 million years ago. Number 3. Megalodon shark. Over half of Americans say they're scared of sharks. Great white sharks can grow around 16 feet long, so yeah, they're a bit scary. However, the great white has nothing on the megalodon shark, which is undoubtedly going to give your phobia some real merit. The megalodon shark was the biggest shark in the world. It went extinct around 1.5 million years ago, but not everyone is convinced that's entirely true. After all, how much of the ocean have we really seen? Most people are probably just hoping it's true. This shark used to grow up to 60 feet long and was the apex predator of its day. Its bite force was estimated to be over 40,000 pounds, strong enough to crush a car with ease. Fossilized vertebrae and teeth have been found on every continent except Antarctica, hinting at just how widespread and dominant this predator once was. Scientists believe Megalodon could swim at speeds up to 11 miles per hour, making it not just massive but also surprisingly fast for its size. Its favorite prey included whales, dolphins, and even other sharks, and evidence of Megalodon bite marks has been found on ancient whale bones. Some researchers think that the cooling of the oceans and the decline of large marine mammals contributed to its downfall, but the mystery of its extinction still fascinates experts today. Nothing could stand in this shark's way, which makes it quite surprising that it succumbed to extinction. Global climate conditions and fierce competition for food may have been to blame. The Megalodon, regardless of how it died out, was impressive. It had enormous teeth that are still being found fossilized today and could open its jaw wide enough to fit 2 humans side by side. In that jaw were 276 gnarly teeth that could chomp down on anything. Some deep-sea fishermen claim they have seen sharks far larger than a great white, which has made some people question whether the Megalodon is still around. But we're not going to go and find out, for no one needs to see another Jaws remake. Number 2. Gharial, 200 million years old. The gharial looks like a cross between a crocodile and a hair comb and has been around for the last 200 million years. It outlasted the dinosaur and many other prehistoric creatures, and it's not hard to see why. It has razor-sharp teeth that interlock to stop its prey from escaping, and it can weigh as much as 1,500 pounds. The gharial likely scared extinction away. Unlike other crocodilians, the gharial's long, narrow snout is perfectly adapted for catching fish, which make up almost its entire diet. When it snaps its jaws shut, the sound can be heard echoing across the riverbanks, startling both prey and onlookers. Male gharials are especially unique, sporting a bulbous growth on the tip of their snout called a gara, which they use to make buzzing sounds during mating season. Gharials spend most of their time in the water, only coming onto sandbanks to bask in the sun or lay eggs. Their webbed feet make them excellent swimmers, gliding effortlessly through fast-moving rivers. Despite their fearsome appearance, gharials are generally shy and avoid humans whenever possible. This prehistoric creature looks very similar to a crocodile but with a few differences. It can be any number of colors, from black to olive green, and it has big bulging eyes within a small head. The gharial also has weak legs compared to a croc, and has to drag them under its belly when it's on land. Sadly, the gharial is critically endangered, so while it's been here for 200 million years, its future looks uncertain. There are only thought to be around 200 of them left in the wild in Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India. Number 1. Cockroaches, 200 million years old. There won't be any doubt in your mind why cockroaches survived a mass extinction. These creepy-crawly critters are impossible to kill. They can live a week without a head by breathing through holes in their body and only die because they aren't able to drink. They can even survive without food for a whole month. If you thought that was the end of their mad skill sets, then you'd be wrong. In fact, cockroaches have been found in some of the harshest environments on Earth, from the steamy depths of tropical rainforests to the freezing cold of high mountain caves. Some species can even flatten their bodies to squeeze through cracks as thin as a dime, making them expert escape artists. Their quick reflexes allow them to dart away from danger in the blink of an eye, and their antennae are so sensitive they can detect the slightest movement in the air. Cockroaches have even been known to survive brief exposures to microwave radiation, crawling out of appliances that would fry most other insects. Scientists have studied their nervous systems to inspire new designs in robotics, hoping to mimic their resilience and adaptability. They can hold their breath for 40 minutes, survive being submerged in water for 30 minutes, and can run 3 miles per hour. They also love alcohol. What kind of crazy critter is this? There are 4,000 cockroach species in existence, and the cockroach as a whole is even older than the dinosaur. Given that it can tolerate high levels of radiation, we're not surprised it's lasted the distance. Are you amazed by how incredible some of these prehistoric creatures are? Which one surprised you the most? Don't forget to check out our other fascinating content appearing on your screen right now. See you next time.